Hey, shalom, shalom, Israel. Before I get started, as always, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Muhammad Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, the men who rule well over Israel, and also the same men that taught us this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect that are pushing this word in faith, love, truth, sincerity, and diligence throughout the four corners of the earth, and to those sisters that are learning, and to those that support the ministry. Shalom. Yes, the brother Yakana from the GMS Houston camp, coming back with another installment of GMS Practicals. And I wanted to go into this lesson today, um, talking about wisdom, man. Wisdom is the principal thing, man. You know, and thanks to this wisdom, crying out in these streets, people are starting to wake up, man, and the small hats are being exposed. When it all comes back to this word going out, man. I mean, you know, it's one of those, man. You give credit where credit is due. We're not stupid. We know everybody's watching us. All eyes on us. If ever that was a case of all eyes on us, this is it. Um, those that are trying to learn, those that hate us, those that agree with some of the things we say, some of the things they don't agree with, whatever the situation is, all eyes on us, man, and everybody's either listening and taking bits and pieces and then running, and pretending that, they came up with all this on their own. And, there's been several incidents where not only was something we said used by hell, even some of these pastors in these harlot houses, man. But it was verbatim, man. Like they try to take credit for it, but we don't even do that, man. That's the spirit that the Most High is using through us, speaking through us. The credit goes to Him, man. You know, but I'm gonna just bring out a couple scriptures and pray that the elect be edified. This is Proverbs 1:20, and it says, "Wisdom cried without; she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge." So going back up to verse 20, man, wisdom cried without, man. Wisdom is crying out in these streets, man. If you want the real wisdom, in pursuant to the law, statutes, and commandments of this word from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the word of the Lord, you're gonna have to go to the men that are crying out with the wisdom, man, and will be found, starting with our head apostles, elder apostles, Salakia, found out in the streets, man. You're not gonna find wisdom posted up in a harlot house, the so-called church, man. These wacky-tacky Christians are just as backwards and lost as they want to be, man. They don't know nothing about the scriptures, period, man. You know, um, even when you talk to one of them, they don't they don't apply scriptures. When we speaking, even when we talking to somebody, just wherever, and they trying to make an argument one way, and we defending the gospel, and we making an argument on the side of the scriptures. We always use the scriptures to substantiate the argument that we make, or whenever there's this, well, I don't believe y'all when y'all say this. Well, we use scriptures to back that up, to substantiate our point, our argument. Really, I say that again. Whereas if you talk to a Christian, they'll just tell you whatever, sound good. But what my pastor used to say, Big Mama always told us, or Uncle Buck said, and Deacon Jones always used to say, "Man, nobody give a shit what these people say, man. That's not wisdom, you know. We giving you scriptures, but you won't accept it, man. You know." So wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets, man. She cried in the chief places of concourse, and that's where you find the men of the Lord, in the chief places of concourse, man. Out in the streets of your cities where there's foot traffic coming through, where we can catch maybe not every nation, but as many nations as possible, man, in the busiest spots, you know. And anybody can come through, and it don't matter, man. You know, we don't pull punches. We don't hold back because, oh man, there's so and so, or that look like a what you call it, or man, it look like, you know, whatever you can name, walk through there. We're not holding back and pulling punches, man. As it says in Isaiah 58 and 1, cry loud and spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet. So we crying aloud, and we're not sparing anything, man. We're not catering to your feelings. That's the biggest problem, man. People want a feel-good message, and the gospel is always good news, whether it make you feel good or make you feel bad. Because there's some stuff in here, man, when you go to Revelation or Jeremiah, those things that are to come, Amos, the day of the Lord, Zephaniah, the day of the Lord, those are horrific events that are coming, man. Nobody's going to sit there and break down Amos 5 and then 18 and say, oh, man, boy, that's going to be a good day. I can't wait for the Lord to come back and just destroy us, you know. Nobody's saying that, man, you know. But all Christians want to hear is nothing but good news. Tell me how I can sow a seed and get blessed, you know. Tell me how I can make some money. Tell me how I can skate into the kingdom without having to do any work. You know, I can reap the biggest benefit, the biggest harvest by sowing the smallest of seed, whether it be my effort, you know, and in pursuant to my effort, I can give the least amount of effort and get the biggest return on what would be considered a spiritual investment, you know. But that's not what this is all about, man. You know, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing like that. So yeah, you'll find the men of the Lord in the chief places of concourse bringing out this truth, man. You know, sighing and crying for the abominations that are going on. You're not going to get this nowhere else, man. You can't go into your local Christian church and get the same information from them that you get from us. Because, again, we don't pull punches like that, man. You know, whereas your pastor, well, if he rubbed you the wrong way, that went to tithe, the offerings, and the money is out the window, and that's what it's all about, man. So they're not gonna do that because they in their mind they got too much to lose. And when I say too much to lose, it all comes down to one thing: money. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 11. It says, "There's a crying for wine in the streets. There's a crying for this information in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, man." And that's true. It's happening right now. People are starting to wake up, man, starting with the elder apostles, brothers are going into, man, the small heads are being exposed, man. You know, there's a crying for wine. People want to know what's really going on here, man. You know, and all joy is darkness. The mirth of the land is gone. Now, you still got, of course, you're going to have, and mainly Jake, out there BSing, playing around. Everything is a joke, looking for a good time, living just straight up folly, you know. But for the most part, all that mirth, people are scared, man. People are worried. People are like, man, even those that trust in their 401, you know, even those that trust in their retirement plan, even those that are retired. I know some cats in the world retired, bragged about the shit, you know, and they gone back to work, you know. One Jake out there, He retired and he, living the life, hunting and fishing, having a good time, and then he had a heart attack. And in his condition, after the heart attack, financially busted, now he got to go back to work, you know? And so that's why the scripture says, man, all joy is darkened, man, but it ain't as dark as it's about to get, because it's going to get hellaciously dark. It's going to get pitch dark, in a sense, metaphorically. It's going to get pitch dark to the point where it ain't gonna be nothing funny no more, man. When all hell break loose around here, and it's getting to that point now because again, people are worried, people are scared, man. People are like, even people with money are like, well, damn, I got money, but what good is this money doing me if I can't use it to buy goods and services? Why? Because the shelves are being emptied. There's no supplies. I can't buy food if there's no food to buy, no matter how much money I got, man. You know. So the mirth of the land is leaving. It may not all be gone, but it's gonna soon be gone. Hold on a sec. Let me jump over here to I'm looking for. Hold on a second. Bear with me for a second. This is speaking of mirth. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37. And it says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. In other words, he's gonna come and he's gonna catch some people sleeping, man. And that's just their lot. You got people that are, they're not concerned one way or the other because they don't believe none of this, man. But the cold part is, when it's all said and done, it says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess, So when Yahushua come back, he's going to come like a thief to those that are asleep. They going to get caught up. But that don't mean that they ain't going to believe. At some point, everybody's going to believe. Everybody's going to kneel and bow and confess, man. That's just the way it's going to be, man. But as for now, until the famine of the word hits, you got the men of the Lord out in the streets, man, in the chief places of concourse, man, on the highways and byways, giving out this wisdom, man, and it's free. Nobody's charging you nothing to come get it, man. I watched Dave Chappelle do a stand-up on Saturday Night Live. This was back election night when Biden had won, and he was like, come get these nigga lessons. Well, we're not pushing nigga lessons, but it's, hey, man, come get this wisdom. It's free. Come get it while you can get it before the famine of the word hit. You know where it's at. Everybody know where the men of the Lord are in your city. This ain't no secret, and we ain't hiding nothing. You got a lot of people that I would like to go out there, but I'm scared. I don't want to be seen because, man, I'll fool around and lose my job. Well, you're going to lose a whole hell of a lot more slick before it's all said and done, man. The job is going to be the least of your damn worries here soon. Losing your 401 and all that, hey, man, not having nothing to put to eat is going to be a major problem, man. It's going to be a hell of a lot worse than losing your job, But again, wisdom cried without, man. She uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city. She uttered her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? Niggas love to have a good time and play around, man, and procrastinate. But you keep doing that, and it's gonna turn into one of them situations. Just like all them Negroes, just like all them that was outside that ark when the Most High sent that angel to close the door on the ark, shit, and the rain started falling, and the water coming out the ground, it turned into a moment. But at that point, it's too late, man, and it was way too late, So keep BSing, keep playing, and you're gonna regret it, man. That's a guarantee, man. And for all you scorners, you know, oddly enough, man, there's not a whole lot more scorners as it used to be, man. You know, because even they getting scared. It's like, well, shit, man, I don't like them niggas. And I used to make fun of them all the time, but goddamn, they was on to something because this shit is falling apart at the seams. You damn right, man. The time for playing been gone a long time ago, man. You know, this is the time to come get these wisdom lessons, man. Either come get them or die. Those are your choices, you know. So that was all I had on that, man. So until the next time, man, in the next lesson, I'll be right to Hey, Shalom.